So you are welcome to this session of vector calculus, where we're treating double integrals or double integration. And so the earlier videos we learned about double integral when the region of integration is either rectangular or non-rectangular. In this video, we're going to look at a situation where the region of integration is circular, that is in polar form. And so the double integral, that is when we have what we call polar form of double integration. And so it means that when the region of integration is circular, it becomes very difficult working in the rectangular or non-rectangular format. So we use the polar form. It becomes easier. It makes integration very easy when you convert them into polar form. And so the double integral, which is about r f of x and y dA, can be put in polar form. In this case, if x is a function in a radius of a circle and the angle theta, and y2 is also a function in r and theta, and we know that the formula for a circle centered on the origin is x squared plus y squared equal to r squared. Therefore, our double integral r f of x and y now becomes x in this case. S is a function in r and theta, then y2 is a function in r and theta, and the a is given as r dr d theta, r dr theta. And so if you are working with r first, then we are dealing with the iteration integral of the inner part. And so if our radius is between a certain r1 and a certain r2, then our lower limit become r1 and then r2. And then if our angle theta is also between a certain angle alpha and then let's say beta, and so the lower limit of theta, that is after working with the r first, we work with the angle theta, becomes alpha lower limit and the beta upper limit. We can also as well decide to integrate respect to theta, and it's allowed. So we can formulate the iterated integral f of x, which is a function of r and theta, y is a function of r and theta, and then we have r dr d theta. We can have the theta r dr. In this case, the inner integral is around theta, and so theta starts from the lower limit, which is alpha, to the upper limit, which is beta. Now our radius, which is the outer integration, becomes r1 to r2. And so this is how we formulate the iterated integral if the region of integration is a circular form. And so we'll quickly take an example to illustrate how to find the polar form of a double integral. And so we can quickly take this one off. And then let's see, take example, evaluate the double integral of the region R, which is 2 exponential x squared plus y squared dA, where R R is as shown below. So R is the region, circular region from the origin, and the radius is, let's say, radius R equal to, let's say 2, R equal to 2. So this is the x-axis, y-axis. And so to solve this equation, see that it becomes very difficult because it's circular, difficult to formulate the region of integration. So this is the region of integration, this is our R. It's always difficult to formulate the rectangular out of it. So we leave it like that. And so our double integral R2 exponential x squared plus y squared dA can be put like this: double integral and 2 exponential. We know from a circle, virtual circle, x squared plus y squared, x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. And so we put here exponential r squared. Now we learned that the a is r, the r, the theta. And so once we are working along r first, the radius is from the origin 0 to 2, and then the angle, the angular form, you see that this is a full circle. It's a full circle. So the lower limit is 0, and we've gone around a full circle, which is 360 degrees, which is equivalent to 2 pi. So now we can integrate. If we integrate the inner part, we are integrating with respect to r, and so we're going to have 2. If we are going to integrate 2 exponential r squared r the r. So integrating this one, we use the substitution method. So we'll let u to be equal to r squared. Therefore, the u becomes 2r dr using the substitution method. And so if you are integrating the inner part, realize that exponential r squared, but r squared is u, so we're going to have exponential u. Now let's see that we are left with 2r dr, and from here 2r dr will give us what? du. So we integrate this one from u1 to u2, and when we finish, we integrate with respect to theta. And so now if you are integrating eu du, we get the same thing, eu, and the limit is from u1 to u2 the theta. Now we can convert back from u to r. So we're going to get integral from 0 to 2 pi exponential u is the same as r squared, and then r, the limit is from 0 to 2, and that is the theta. And so when we put the upper limit 0 to 2 pi, if we put the upper limit, which is 2, so we're going to have exponential 2 squared, which is 4, and then minus lower limit. If you put 0 here, you get exponential 0, and exponential 0, and we know it's exponential 0 the theta. And so this one becomes integral 0 to pi exponential 4 minus exponential 0 will give us 1 the theta. And so if you integrate this one with respect to theta, we're going to have exponential u theta, and if you integrate 1 with respect to theta, we get minus theta, and the limit, so the upper limit is 2 pi, and the lower limit is 0. So if you take the upper limit 2 pi, you put 2 pi here, you're going to have exponential u times 2 pi minus 2 pi. Then the lower limit is 0. If you put 0 here, it becomes 0, if it becomes 0. And so 2 pi is common. So 2 pi can come out exponential 4 minus 1. And so that is how we find the double integral using the polar form. And so if you move along R, the volume or double integral gives us 2 pi into exponential 4 minus 1. You can put this one in the calculator and get the answer. You can also decide to work along the angle theta first. So quickly, let's take this one out and see how that one can work out when you find the integration along the angle theta. And so our iterated integral will be the double integral and then 2 exponential x squared plus y squared. This one becomes the r or the theta r dr. And so when we are moving using the inner integral of theta, because it's a full circle, theta starts from 0 to 2 pi, and then the radius is from 0 to 2. And so when we formulate this one, we're going to have integral from 0 to 2 pi. We're going to have 2, and we know x squared plus y squared is the same as r squared. So exponential r squared, the theta, that will be the inner integral r dr. Now, if you integrate this one with respect to theta, remember all this is constant. So we're going to have integral from 0 to 2 exponential r squared. And then if you integrate with respect to theta, because it's a constant, this will become theta. Upper limit is 0 to 2 pi. And then we have r dr. And so let's put in the upper limit. The upper limit will be 2. If you put 2 here, we're going to have we're going to have 2 exponential r squared. Theta is, the upper limit, theta is 2 pi. So times 2 pi minus lower limit. Lower limit, theta is 0. So if you put 0 here, everything will vanish. And so this one becomes r dr. If you tidy up, we're going to have 0 to 2. We're going to have 2 can come out. 2 pi can come out. 2 pi can come out. So we'll be left with 2 exponential r squared r dr. 2 pi has come out. You're left with 2 exponential r squared r dr. And so if you are integrating this one, we use the substitution method. We saw it earlier. And so we take u to be r squared. And so this one becomes integral 2 pi is out, 2 pi is out. Then integral of 2 exponential, you have exponential r squared. We've taken r squared to be u. So exponential u, and we are left with 2r dr. So that the u is equal to 2r dr. So this one becomes the u from u1, setting u1 to a setting u2. And so when you integrate this, you get 2 pi. If you integrate exponential u, you get the same thing. So u from u1 to u2. And let's resubstitute the value of u. So we're going to have 2 pi exponential, and u is equal to r squared. And so r starts from 0 to 2. So upper limit, 2 pi exponential 2 squared and then minus 2 pi, lower limit, 2 pi, if you put 0 here, exponential 0. So we're going to have 2 pi is common, bring it out. Exponential 2 squared is exponential 4 minus 2 pi has come out 1. Exponential 0 gives us 1. So we have 2 pi times exponential 4 minus 1. And the answer we've got is the same as when we integrated first along r. And so with the polar form of double integration, you can decide to integrate along r first or theta first. In both cases, you get the same answer. So on this note, thank you very much, and I hope you've enjoyed this polar form of double integration, and hope to see you in the next video, where we treat other forms of double integration. Thank you very much, and enjoy your day.